Okay, today we're doing part two in our self-closing, blowing out the lines of the swimming pool. In order to do this, a lot of people take an old top, and I recently purchased a new one because this one had just a minimal leak in it. So I purchased a brand new top, and I'm going to use my old top to install this inside so that I can put the blower attachment and blow through my filter throughout my lines and blow all the lines out. So a couple of things I'm going to run into is the Jandy tops have this rib structure in them, I'm assuming for strength. So we'll see how that works out when I drill it. Hopefully it doesn't crack and break. This piece here is Hayward, and I'll have the part number down in the comments by the time this video is up. Another minor thing is this realistically has a 2¼ inch outside diameter. And unfortunately, I own a bunch of these, but I don't have a 2¼ but I have a 2½. So I'm going to use a 2½ anyway. I think it'll be fine. The seals are more than wide enough to make up for the difference. They're 3½ inches wide. So I think I'm going to not have an issue doing this a 1/4 inch bigger than I actually need to, but we'll find out. So I removed the O-ring so that it doesn't get a bunch of plastic bits in there when I drill this. And we're going to take obviously this whole thing apart, stick it in there and see if it works. So let's go to the drill press and install our hole cutter saw and see if we can get this hole drilled. Okay, we're about ready to get started here. I have my hole cutting saw in the drill press. I have my fence in the back and the side, so it locates it as close to the center as I'm able to get. And what I'm going to do, just because I'm unsure how this is going to react, is I'm going to turn the speed up on my drill press to like 1,000 RPM. So I'll run it at 800 RPMs, which is the fastest I can run it without going into the top and changing the gearing. I just want to get it a little faster to get a little cleaner cut. So let's see how this works. Well, that wasn't bad at all. This actually is a very nice clean cut. I'm actually really happy with it. So let's see how well the pieces fit inside here. I may or may not decide to take a Dremel tool or something and remove these fins. It depends on how my seal is. It doesn't have to be a perfect seal. It just has to be enough of a seal to allow me to push air through this. So let's take a look. Okay, we're back over at the work table to see how this fits. Now this comes with a number of different gaskets and seals. It comes with this, looks like a cork type of a gasket, and it comes with 2 rubber seals. I'm assuming one is for the top and one is for the bottom. Since the bottom of ours has these ribs, it's kind of pointless to put the bottom one in. So I'm going to put a top one on only, and I'm going to slide this through and tighten it up. And we will see if it's tight enough to make an air seal. It doesn't have to be perfect again. There'll be a large volume of air going through this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But it seems like it's going to work out. It seems pretty tight, and I think if I put some lubrication on that seal, I think it'll make a nice tight seal. So the next step is put our hose end on. The other end of this is identical. The exact same piece of this goes on my Vortex blower. And we'll see how this works. Looks to me like it should work all right. We're going to go out and try to blow the main drain now, and just as a simple test, the pool is not closed yet, but I should be able to do a quick and dirty test and see if this does in fact have the power to blow my main drain out. So again, stand by. We're going to go out in the backyard and hook this up to the thing, and don't forget to put your seal back in, and we're going to see if it'll blow out my main drain. Okay, we're ready here for our test. I have removed my newer top and I put our modified top into here. I've connected my vacuum line, which is actually really long, so I'm not going to pull it off the wall. I did notice one thing though, which I didn't realize. I have a crack in my line. So this may or may not be a valid test. Hopefully it's not going to leak too badly. So I'll need to get either a new end piece or a new line altogether. So we'll see what happens. Now one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my skimmers completely off because I don't want water blasting out through them just yet. So in order to do that with these Jandy valves, by the way, you need to unscrew this thumb screw so that you can lift these above the stops. And when you go above the stops, you can actually close off the input so that they don't get anything. You don't need to tighten them, it doesn't really matter. This is now off. I'm going to open this so that my main drain works. So I'm going to shut off. I'm actually can just put this over here too and shut off the airflow and water flow to the skimmers. But it's kind of a double set. And one more thing I want to do, I want to keep the air out of the rest of my equipment. So I do have this line coming out of my filter, and I'm going to shut that off completely so that any air that comes in will pressurize the pipes going to the pool. I'm going to keep my eye on that pressure gauge to see if, because I'm actually not sure if this air will blow through the filter. So we'll find out, and then hopefully once we start, we're going to see these main drains start to bubble. So anyway, let's give ourselves a try. Now this may actually end up just blowing off as soon as we start this. Well, we'll find out. I'll try to hold it on and see what I can do. In fact, I'll leave it off until I'm started. Let's give it a shot. Wow, that's major. Holy moly, that really worked well. I mean, that took no time at all, and it absolutely blasted air out of this. And this is a 9-foot deep end, and this blower was easily able to blow this air out. One thing I did see is that there was actually a little bit of pressure in the filter, so I am able to blow through that to the filter, and you can kind of see water. Looks like it actually might even be siphoning. No, but anyway, this was a successful test. So this is the method that I'm going to be using this year to shut my pool pad down, and we'll see. So next one will be me actually winterizing the pool, but super happy at how this worked. Nice